So you're watching this video because you keep on relapsing. You try to quit, or you're still trying to quit your addiction to adult content. But what happened? You go 3 days, 5 days without it, and you relapse. You have these big urges, and you can't resist the temptation. In this video, I'll cover exactly how you can manage them and actually go through your recovery and all the aspect towards the mindset. But before talking about all of that, who am I? My name is Wesley, and my mission is to help prevent 1,000 men from killing themselves because of their addiction to adult content. Preventing themselves from actually getting to suicidal thoughts because of this one addiction. These are my type of videos, and if that interests you, make sure you subscribe. Also, I want you to visualize this, right? Maybe right now you have this one goal of finding yourself the mother of your children. You want to have a family, and in order for you to accomplish that, you need yourself a woman in your life. But in order for you to be able to attract this woman, this dream girl in your life, are you going to be able to do this if you constantly fap every day to corn? Are you able to attract this type of woman, right? This 10 out of 10 girl, this perfect dream girl. She has like the eye colors you're looking for and everything, right? This specific type of girl. She wouldn't be attracted by you if she knew that you were fapping every day, right? Because you can guess that this type of girl receives over 10, if it's not 100 of DMs every day. So what would make her stop exactly for you? First of all, if you can approach her, because that's a big topic, right? You might fear the rejection and you don't even have enough self-confidence in yourself to actually approach women and start talking with them. But that's not coming from the fact that you were insecure or anything, right? It's coming directly from the fact that because you're fapping every day, this lowers your self-confidence. You're used to seeing naked girls on your phone and fapping to them. And in your heart, in your body, in your brain, you know that this is bad, that this is shameful, right? Fapping and looking at others fucking. This makes you like a voyeur. Voyeur is someone that looks at her fuck, right? And I don't know, I don't remember. I think it's cuckold, something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, this makes you seem like that. And inside of you, you know that you're not meant to be that, right? You weren't born to be someone that looks at her fucks. You were born to be someone that fuck others, right? That you were the guy that will fuck the woman of your dream and things like that. But in order for you to become that guy, you need to stop your addiction. You can't be fapping every day and expect yourself to also fuck the girl of your dream. This can't be the same thing. And I once heard from one of my clients something that made me laugh. He said to me, one of the tricks that I was using to quit, I didn't give him this, right? He gave me it because I found it funny after and he found it funny also, is that every time he go and fap, his dream girl is getting fucked by another dude. You have to think, if you think about it that way, this can motivate you to actually go through your recovery. But this is the analogy, right? Every time you go and fap to a random naked girl you saw on your phone, your dream girl is getting fucked by another dude instead of you. So might as well just quit, right? This has no relation, but like it's a way to see it in order for you to quit. But if you're interested into actually getting help, because doing it alone is always harder than doing it with someone, and I have the right tools for you, the right support, I have the mindset shift, I have the willpower, I have so many strategies, and I need to hear your story in order to give you the right tools for you. Because people tend to just give out strategies that works for everyone, but everyone except you, right? It works for everyone, but for nobody, because nobody is able to quit with those strategies. So I understood that and changed the education that I'm giving. I'm giving the education into a one-to-one coaching just for you and with you. You are there in calls with just me. I'm not there with, I don't know, other people and sales reps and I don't know. You are there with me one-to-one, texting one-to-one, calling one-to-one. The advice that I'm giving you is for you and just for you. So if you're interested by getting help and actually getting rid of this addiction, first thing down in the description. On that, I'll continue directly with the video. So today I'll really debunk the whole idea of relapses and triggers. I'll start everything by actually telling you that in order for you to identify your trigger, you need self-reflection. You need to be able to have this self-awareness to see what am I doing wrong and what am I doing right. You develop this skill by doing meditation regularly. That's the best way to develop this skill. But you can kind of force yourself to be self-aware, but it's less effective, right? If right now I ask of you to just stay there, I'll sit yourself comfortably and just close your eyes, think about your life, and think right now, what am I doing today? What did I did today? And what am I doing tomorrow? And how is my day structured? Would you see yourself fapping? If you see yourself fapping, why would you fap? You're trying to quit, right? Why would you have a time to fap at this moment? So you visualize all of this, and if you're really self-aware, you can kind of see the reason, the problematic, the thing that will make you fap. Okay, I went on my phone, and usually after I go on my phone and I go on Instagram, I start to fap. Okay, you identified this. This is great, right? You identified the problem. But you need this self-reflection moment in order for you to be able to visualize this. And people tend to kind of skip this part, and then after that, they're asking themselves why they're still not free, why they're still under recovery. So you need to first of all have this self-reflection moment. It's really important. Then, in order for you to help you a little bit, I will give you kind of the common triggers. So common triggers are social media. That's the biggest. Common triggers are also stress that you kind of not well managed, right? Maybe that you have stress coming directly from your job. And what happened? Instead, because you have an unhealthy brain, because of your addiction, your brain isn't good enough to manage that stress. So you feel like you need something else to manage it because your brain is less effective because it's unhealthy. So now you need another thing. And usually this would be a good habit, but because we are all human, we tend to kind of go towards bad habits, right? When you're having stress coming from school, what happened? You go and play video games usually. And this, you may not even realize it right now. And just because I said it to you, you may be like, oh wow, Wesley got a point, right? When, personally, that I'm talking about my life right now, right? When I was at school, I was having a little stress coming from school, right? You're having like exams, you're having homework to do, you're having things to do. And what I was doing to kind of escape this life of, oh, I have so much exam and so much things to prepare, I was going and playing video games. Video games was this kind of typical life where I'm doing what I want. And in games, you know that if you play a lot and you kind of watch like tutorials on internet, you kind of become good at the game. And this kind of feeling of being good is impactful in your brain. You feel like, oh yeah, I'm that guy, right? I can beat people, and if you're playing like video games like Call of Duty, oh, I can shoot people and I'm killing everyone. I'm making 42, like 40 kills to dead, and things like that, right? These are great ratio, like 20-0 ratio. It's incredible. And you get what I mean, right? You get this super good feeling, and when you're doing your homework, you're getting this bad feeling. Oh, it's so trash doing this homework, it's so boring. I can't wait to play video games again. And the same applies to your current addiction. When you're having stress, later in life it's coming more from your work. So what happened? When you have stress coming from work, you tend to think, hey, I have this stress, I'm feeling stressed right now, but instead of managing it, I can just go and have pleasure watching corn. And what happened after? I have this big down, this big crash. I don't feel stressed anymore at that time. And you're not thinking about your life. Maybe your life isn't going well right now, but you're thinking about the situation that, hey, right now I don't have even enough energy to go and run. Like, would you see, just out of topic, right? Would you see yourself coming? So you did your things in the bathroom and everything, and after that, going and sprinting for 2 miles. Would you see yourself do that? No, right? It's impossible because you have no energy. You're feeling so down. You have nothing left that you wouldn't go and see yourself, oh, okay, I'll go and run 2 miles. No. You're seeing yourself, okay, I'll go and relax on my bed. I'll go and relax on my chair. I'll go watch a movie, watch a video on YouTube, watch TikTok, watch something, right? You wouldn't be using this to be productive. You're not going to create yourself a business just after the time that you fap. That isn't happening. And that's the point that I want to mention, right? By actually telling yourself, corn is resolving my stress, even though it's not, it's just postponing it. It's putting the stress that you have right now at the end of your recovery moment from your session. You're telling yourself, oh, it's actually helping me. So you kind of keep on doing it, and this lowers your brain capacity. And this over time makes you less and less able to manage your stress, which in turn makes you more and more addicted to corn, which in turn makes you more and more stressed. So it's kind of an endless cycle of stress, corn, more stress with the initial stress, and again corn. And you kind of do this over and over until a point where you're kind of not even there anymore. You're just living life, and you're so used to fapping every day that now even fapping 2-3 videos isn't enough. You need 10 videos lined up in your tabs in order to feel a little bit of something. At first, when you started, you needed only one video. You watched one video and you didn't even watch it till the end, right? You watched maybe 10 minutes of the 20 minutes video and you came. Now you're to a point where you need, and it was a random video, right? It wasn't a video about anything, any subject in particular. It was just maybe a video you found interesting. Now you're watching family stuff, you're watching hardcore stuff, you're watching gangbangs, you're watching a lot of things, and it's all lined up into multiple videos, right? So you're having 10 hardcore videos that the girl is getting like smashed by the dude and everything. Whereas at start, you were just watching 10 minutes and you were done. Now you need 10 videos of hardcore stuff, and you might not even come after all of that. You may need more videos after all of that. So that's the point I'm trying to mention. You need more and more to be able to just have the same pleasure at first. And at a point you will realize, why am I doing this, right? Why do you need 2 hours to come with hardcore stuff? And if you think about it, if you need 2 hours to come with random stuff like that, would you be able to just get hard if you have a naked girl in front of you? No, right? You wouldn't be able, because that's not hardcore stuff, that's reality. And the stuff that you're watching is so over exaggerated that when the reality comes where you have to really do things, I hear horror stories where people aren't even able to fuck the girl. It's their dream girl and they can't even get it hard for them. And they are attracted to that girl, right? But it's because their brain was so used to actually fapping every day to random content, right? I was talking about 10 videos, that's just for one day. Maybe you're fapping twice in a day. If you're fapping twice in a day, that's 20 videos. You're fapping this every day in a week, it's 20 times 7. That's 140 videos like that. At a point you will have made all the video, and now you need to go even deeper because you never went deeper. All of this, and at a point you will try to stop, right? You don't want to keep this for your whole life. You will maybe find yourself a girl, and that girl, you want to fuck her. The moment that you're trying to do this, maybe you will try to quit, but your brain still remembers that, hey, I need this much to at least get it hard. And no point in reality, there is no girl in reality that will give you this much dopamine just to get it hard. You're not even fucking, right? You're not even coming, but it's just to get it hard. You won't even be able to. And now I'm hearing things like this, right? People that are at this point and need to change and need help to get hard again because they were so addicted that now they can't get it hard. Kind of diverted, and I kind of went in another way, but I was telling you about how self-reflection was helping you discover your trigger. It's common triggers that I was knowing about, so you can kind of help you guess what's yours. And now I need you to actually learn about the coping mechanism, right? Yes, you have triggers, but how can you manage those triggers? Well, then I will need to know your situation specifically to really help you with yours. But I can tell like general things. That's what I can do in these videos because I don't really know your situation, right? If you want a personalized thing, you know what to do, first thing down in the description. But me, I need to just speak general. So I'll take two examples, right? The stress and the social media. Let's talk about social media. Let's say special, really like pinpoint. You go on Instagram. You scroll for 1 hour and you realize that after 1 hour, sometimes you find a video of a girl dancing, like shaking her butt, right? And by going on Instagram, you say, oh, okay. And you kind of not skip directly, right? You kind of look at it and then you restart the video and you look at it a second time because videos are restarting automatically, right? On Reels. So you're watching Reels and it restarts automatically and now, oh, wow. She has a good butt, but like she has good like nipples also and things like that, right? Oh wow, she has a big breast, and you're kind of looking at it to a point where you get these urges. This reminds you of what? Of when you were fapping to stuff. So now you're kind of watching it, and now you create yourself unnecessary urges just because of this video. And now maybe you just scroll. You scroll until a point where what? You find another video like that, and while you're scrolling, your unconscious is thinking about, oh, I just watched a girl that seems attractive, right? You find these kind of characteristic attractive, and that's normal. You're a guy. Yeah, we are all attracted to that, right? It's beyond our power, and it's primal instincts. We are made like that, right? If I watch stuff like that, I may be also interested, but I'm not interested into the girl. But my subconscious will be interested in those aspects, right? It's just life, right? I want to fuck. That's thing that happened. So you're watching stuff, and now you go, and your subconscious is still thinking about that, and he wants to get back this feeling of, oh, I see stuff that I like. So you continue to swipe, and now you find another video. Oh, your brain is really happy now. You find another video, and now it's starting to become into your conscious. So now because your subconscious is really happy, your conscious becomes happy. Oh, I'm happy when I watch these type of videos. And now you had the urge, and now you're having the urge. So what do you have to do? You have to try and escape the urge because you weren't good enough to prevent it. So now you're having the urge. You have to manage your urge. And what happened? People don't manage the urge. They have the urge, and your thing gets hard. When your thing gets hard, what happened? You tell yourself the only way to actually resolve that situation is to go and fap. So you relapse. This is what happened with social media. A way to prevent it is actually don't go on social media, or only go for a specific moment of time, right? Maybe only go for 30 minutes, periods of 30 minutes, and you only do this twice a day. Setting yourself specific time for social media will help you. Maybe that you could train the algorithm to not recommend you this type of stuff. So every time you see a girl that shows a little bit of her body into your reels, you click on the three dots and you click uninterested. So this will train the algorithm, and over time they will just remove completely all this type of content, so you don't relapse to that anymore. So this was the example for that. And while you're having the urges, this is really hard to get with, but it's becoming a mental battle. At this point, when you have the urge, it's not a physical battle. You can't really do any battle with your physique. It's a mental battle, and I can't really teach you how to have this mental battle because it's really hard. So the most effective way to treat this is to actually prevent them. Try to prevent them as much as possible. When you have them, you have to think about it. The urge is just a 5-minute type of thing. So I'm talking right now, you have the urge, right? It's a 5-minute type of thing. If you successfully kind of distract yourself for 5 minutes, you won't have the urge after, and you won't relapse. So this is a big trick. Nobody's telling you that, right? So that's why people sometimes they say strategies like, oh, go outside and run, or things like that. It's just to distract yourself, but it's not good enough. You're not distracting yourself if you go outside and running, because what? While you're running, you're thinking about it. So you need something to actually make your brain think about something else. And this could be just doing homework, but homework is kind of boring, and right now you want to make yourself pleasure. So you need yourself something that is pleasurable. And on that, I can't really help you because I don't know your situation once again, but you may know what I'm talking about, right? Something that brings you pleasure. So it's kind of fun to do, but also makes you think about this thing instead of thinking about you wanting to go and fap. So I'll let you on that, but you know, you may have something, right? You may have maybe sports, right? You go and do sports. This will remove your wanting to go and find. So these are last plan situation, last plan result solution. Sorry, right before going. It's your plan B, right? Your last right before going and relapsing. So this was really the video. Now you know how to identify your trigger. You know what are typical triggers. You know what are typical coping mechanism, and by applying this every time you relapse, and by learning from your mistakes, that's really important, right? You may have planned to use a specific coping mechanism for preventing a trigger, but you finish by actually doing the trigger. Well, now you know that the trigger, this solution that you tried, isn't good enough. So you have to put in place a better solution. And by improving yourself over and over like this, over time, yes, you may need like 15 relapses before actually making it, but it's 15 relapses before you actually making it, right? That's your progress. So yes, you're not doing fast track progress like if you had help, but you have to remember you don't have help right now. You're deciding to try and do this by your own. So it's normal that it takes you more time, right? My coaching only makes you able to buy time. You're effectively buying time for money. So you're exchanging money for time. But you may need money right now, so that's why it will take you more time, right? And it's normal, but you can't be the guy that's frustrated because it takes him time. That's part of the process, and relapses are part of the process. So you need relapses in order to quit for good. On that, I'll actually ask you to take care of yourself.